Spouses caught red-handed. That's in the infamous Ashley Madison hack. So many are asking, is monogamy dead? One woman says no, and she says she's discovered the perfect way to keep her man faithful.
You're naive if you think your man is not going to cheat on you. I have the solution. For the past 5 years, I have been signing my man's penis. And for a fact that he's not cheating because I take a marker, I sign his penis, and I take a picture of it, and when he comes home, it has to match. I know it works.
I thank God for the signature because it's actually giving me more freedom because it gives her peace of mind.
The first 3 years, I was very stressed because I always assumed he was out cheating. We will go places, and women will try to pick him up in my presence. I could just about imagine what goes on when I'm not around.
It all started one night. I wanted to go play poker with the guys.
He got all dressed up and he gave me a hug, and I was like, man, I wish I could sign that thing. That's when he got out a marker and he said, sign it.
I was under the impression that I might have like irritation or some kind of rash, but no ill effects at all. I mean, nothing.
It's easier and quicker than making a phone call to see what he's doing.
It's almost like a wedding band. It reminds you, hey, there's somebody at home that actually cares about you. So why don't you show a little respect?
There's no doubt in my mind that he is true to me now. I love this type of relationship that we have now. Absolutely love it.
So that was pretty interesting. Jeannie actually joins us. Are you a proponent of this being a common thing?
I definitely am. I think that women are delusional or they're brainwashed if they think that their men are not cheating on them. Because women, they don't understand how penises operate, in my opinion. They have
their own brain, their own heart, and their own lungs. Yes, they do.
And they love different. And you can never, no matter what you do, you can never be different.
What does signing actually do to make him faithful?
Well, when he goes out for a significant amount of time, for a few hours or more, I like to give him the freedom to be able to do what he wants to do and not be nagged by me. And I also want to know that he's not cheating on me. He's not whining and dining anybody. Sure, when he goes to the Jiffy store and he's away for a half hour, he could run behind the building in his car or whatever, and he could have sex with some random woman, and I would never know because he's not always signed. But when he I know that he's not opening the door for somebody, treating some woman with respect and dating her, because they will want to get to that penis and they can't.
I see, because so what you're saying is you're monitoring whether the ink is still there or whether it's smudged when you get home.
Take a picture.
You take a picture of the ink and compare it when he gets home.
To make sure that somebody doesn't try to forge your signature.
Exactly.
Well, there is one person that we must talk to. Jeannie's man Tim is here. He says there's more to this story. Tim, come join us. So Tim, do you at least choose the color of ink that you use? So there is a twist, and when I heard this part of the story, I was a little surprised. But tell us the surprising twist.
Yeah, it was basically my idea. I mean, we were in the living room and she was, upset because I was going to leave, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to deal with the disagreement when I get back home because that's what's going to happen because I'm leaving without you. And I said, hey, why don't you just go ahead and sign this, take a picture and see what happens. It was either that or the hypothetical thing somebody said, I wish I could take this off and leave it home with you. Because
I would have just said, can't you take care of me before I go out? And then she was like...
Are you saying that if you didn't have the signature, that something would happen?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So, could...
At least he's honest.
Well, you know what? He's
and I appreciate
with
being honest
too, yeah.
I don't don't mind being honest about it because this is real life situations. And,
Yeah.
you know, that's what happens when you leave the house and you're not with your significant other.
Now, I use Sharpies when I mark patients for surgery. That ink sometimes doesn't come off.
How long does it stay?
Stays. I've had it on me up to, when I go play poker with the guys, up to like 12 hours.
Now, have you ever had an incident where you came home and she looked at the old picture and she said, I think this is different? Like, or, you know?
Yeah, you have those moments, but I mean, when you gather and you actually pay attention to what's going on, it's a signature.
Just to be clear, though, I mean, I don't think every man is a cheater, and I think, you know, out there who can be trusting of their husbands.
So this is a unique scenario, and I think we would all agree this isn't for everyone. And obviously, this isn't the show where typically we do this kind of thing. But Tim says this has helped him. He's definitely not cheating. He even took a lie detector test to prove it.
Now, how long has it been? How long have you been signing? Has it been 4 years? 5 years. 5 years. She's been signing for 5 years, and you've been faithful to her for 5 years.
Yeah. So
I mean, hey, I think you guys might be on to something that works for you, but that's what's important.
I have to say, though, that, I mean, far be it for me or any of us to judge you guys. I think if it works for you, it's amazing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A lot of people.
Absolutely. I think that's what's important. You gotta find what works for you. This has worked for them. Tim is going to reveal, or we're going to reveal his lie detector tests later in the show, even though this isn't typically that show. And
We're all about keeping family together, and it sounds like you guys have a way to keep the family together.
You're all about health as well.
Yeah.
And I had control of all aspects of my health. And now I also have control of my sexual health and my mental health. It really saved our relationship.
And Jeannie shares these thoughts in her book. It's called Signed, Don't Make Me Dot the I. It's at Amazon. I want to move on. Earlier in the show, you may remember, Tim agreed to take a lie detector test to prove to his girlfriend that he is not cheating. You realize, Tim, this could change your life, the results of this.
Well, what I'm hoping is that it changed a lot of other people's lives, honestly.
You ready, Jeannie?
Yes.
Making me nervous, though.
Right. And you've been faithful for 5 years.
I love being the one who gets to know first. He told the truth. He did not cheat. I think this highlights something you alluded to earlier. You have to figure out what works for you. And if the two of you are happy and this works for you, we are so happy for the two of you. Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you.
And we both make each other happy. That's why it works.
And this does lead to a doctor's prescription. Believe it or not, telling the truth can improve your health. A recent study had 72 healthy